Okay, we have seen a lot of operators so far. So we saw the parentheses, we saw some of the arithmetic operators, and we saw some of the relational or the comparison operators, and we saw some of the logic operators. Okay, so these operators, they have specific order. The one at the top, this table put in the top is the highest priority, and as we go down the table to the lowest priority. Okay, so what does that mean? So if you have an expression that has a mixed of these operators, how that thing is going to be treated? Okay, first is going to be the parentheses is going to be taken care of. Okay, so with the parentheses, they're going to be, if you have parentheses, they're going to be evaluated first. Here's an example. Okay, let's assume this the expression that I have. Okay, how that thing is going to be evaluated. First, we're going to evaluate this parentheses, which has the plus sign. And then after that, we're going to evaluate the bigger parentheses over here with the multiplication. Okay, and then we're going to evaluate the result of the entire thing in this left-hand side, and we're going to evaluate with the negative over here with the minus d. So parentheses has the highest priority basically. After that, we come to the arithmetic operators, and these arithmetic operators also they have order. They're from the left to the right, and if they are repeated twice in the same expression, they will be started from the left to the right. Okay, so let's take a look at this example over here, and we saw that before. If I have this expression over here, how that thing is going to be evaluated. First, we're going to evaluate the multiplication. Okay, so it's going to be 45 times y. After that, we're going to evaluate the minus z minus whatever result I have over here. And after I finish calculating the entire side over here, I'm going to evaluate it with the less than sign with 53, sorry. After that priority, it comes the relational or the comparison. Okay, so again, here's an example. If I have x less than 2 or x greater than or equal to 10, which one is going to be evaluated? Well, I'm going to start from the left to the right for the less than and the greater than or equal. Okay, first I'm going to go to this less than, x less than 2, and then after that, after I evaluate it, I'm going to evaluate x greater than or equal to 10. After I evaluated this one as well, I'm going to evaluate the or. Okay, after that we have the not. Okay, so again, the order comes the highest in the top. As we go down, the priority gets lower. Okay, not is the logic. So if I have, for example, this expression, not x or y, what's going to happen? First is going to evaluate the not x. So whatever the result is going to give me over here, I'm going to evaluate it with the y using the or operator. Okay, after that we have the and operator. Okay, so let's take a look at this example. This is a good example because we mix some of the things that we learned over here. Okay, so x, I'm trying to compare x equal 5 or y equal 10 and z not equal to 10. What is going to happen in this way? This is kind of like a little bit long one, but you have to be careful with it. You're going to evaluate first x, you want to compare it, is it equal to 5 or not? Okay, and then you're going to evaluate 10 equal to 10, y equal to 10. And then after that, you're going to evaluate z not equal to 10. And then you're going to combine these two, and whatever the result of them, it's going to be true or false. You're going to evaluate it with x equal to 5 with the or. And the last one is the or. The or has the lowest priority. So in this example, first I'm going to evaluate this side, and then I'm going to evaluate x less than 2, and whatever result I have, I'm going to evaluate it with the or. Okay, so the order is very, very important, because if you mess up with the order, you might take a branch that you did not want to take. Okay, and that being said, that will take us to a common error a lot of people they do. Okay, so when you write an expression, sometimes you write it without like making some mistakes. Okay, let's take a look at this example. Okay, So if you write something like, sometimes probably the programmer will write something like this, not A equal to B. And the programmer probably meant to say not A, first evaluate it and then compare it to the B. But the way you wrote it over here, Python is going to treat it as follow. As you see it in the red, it's going to first evaluate A and compare it to B. Whatever result, if it's true or false, you're going to say not, which is going to take the opposite, which is wrong. Okay. Same thing over here in the second example. If you say W and X equal to Y and Z, you are probably trying to say W and X, is this equal to Y and Z? But because the operators have different priorities, so what's going to happen is going to end up with something like this. It's going to evaluate first, X, is it equal to Y? If it's not, whatever the result, it's going to say and Y. Whatever result I have, it's going to say and Z. And so on and so forth as the third example. So in order to avoid this type of issues, I highly recommend you guys to use parentheses. When you use the parentheses, you are being very explicit about telling Python what to evaluate first. So make sure that, for example, if you want to evaluate something like that, and you mean something like this, make sure you put it between parentheses. Okay? When you avoid using the parentheses, you might end up with something completely wrong. Okay? And that's it about the evaluating.